Welcome back, David Ward here from Martian Mathematics, and in this video we're going to take a look at the forms from the student's perspective and also at grades in Google Classroom. Now let's take a look for a minute from the student's perspective. What would all these assignments look like to them? Okay, here I am on the student page, so we might get our first assignment on the Monday. We would click on it, it would take us here, we could open this up, we could look at it, we could print it, or maybe you handed it out and this is just as a backup. The next one, let's look at the assignment where something actually has to be done. Easy addition. So this has a form attached. So I click on the form and we're ready to begin. So I type in my name, David, that way we know whose work it is. Hit next and I start marking what I think are the correct answers. And hopefully I'll get these all right. And after I've submitted, I can view my score. See how I did. Oh good, I got 18 out of 18, so that's 100%. And I return, and you'll see that it submitted itself automatically, so it's already turned in after I finish the form. And I can do the same thing for all of the other assignments. Okay, so I've finished all of the assignments up. Now it's back to the teacher's perspective. So the week is done, all the work has been turned in, now it's time to grade the work. So here's how we do it. We go to People, and we can do it by one student at a time, or you can go to Grades, and if you click on each of the assignments, so this is the first one, you have a spot here to type it. It used to be that you could automatically import. Alright, so it used to have a button that you could import the grades directly into Google Classroom, but I don't see that option available anymore. So instead we can just go and look in the documents themselves. This was the 1.5 Easy Edition. So I go in here, open the form up as the teacher, and I'll have available the questions and the responses. Click on Responses. Okay, and we can look by individual. And I always put name at the top of a form, that way I can see whose form this is that I'm looking at. If there was more than one student here, then we could cycle through each of the students' responses and enter their grades one at a time. So it looks like on the first assignment I got 18 out of 18, so that's pretty good. So I'll close that down and I'll enter 18 out of 18 in here, and then hit return. And that basically just return, you can send them a message, you know, good job, private message, and that returns the grade to them. Now let me check all of the other grades. Okay, I've entered all the other grades for the other documents, and I intentionally missed some, that way you can see how it does with the grades here. So 18 out of 18 is 100%. 16 out of 18 is actually about 88%, but remember that the way that we set this up is the quiz was going to count for 80%, and the homework was only going to count for 20%. And when this all averages together, you end up with an overall grade of 90%. Alright, the last thing we're going to look at is how to export your grades to a Google Sheets file. So let's go to People. Let's look at the profile of our one student. You see they got a 90%. We can look at the work that they turned in, returned, and missing work. These tabs here. Now to access the export grades function, it's actually a little bit tricky. So we go to just pick any of the exercises and look for this gear icon and click Copy All Grades to Google Sheets. So there'll be one row for each student in your class. Now since we only have one student, there's only one row of grades here. Notice these are ungraded. You might remember that. And then here are the point values for each of the graded assignments. Now it doesn't automatically do it, but you may want to add your own total grade column to this spreadsheet and just copy over the total grade from Google Classroom. Now if you're looking for the spreadsheet later, you can go to the Google Drive in the Classroom folder. It won't be in the actual Martian Mathematics folder, but it'll appear in the Classroom folder. And there it is. So in this video, I showed you how to schedule a week's worth of classes. In the next video, we'll talk about how to make your own Google Forms to make quizzes and homework assignments. Thanks for watching.